I've always liked video games. Like when I was at my friend's house, I played a lot of Halo 3. That was kind of like the first game that I really grinded. Played a lot of FIFA. Just always in love with video games. I was always good at it. But when I was like working and trying to like figure my life out, I always saw it as a distraction. It was always like, oh, you know, it's taken away from me grinding my job or going to the gym, or like I never saw it as like a career. But then COVID hit. And I was home getting paid, nothing new, gyms closed. So I bought a PC and I started gaming and making videos on TikTok and just creating content.
What made you make videos? Like, where did that thought come from? Were you consuming content on YouTube already? Or?
Well, when I was at the bank, I wore a suit every day and I was into like fashion. So I took a lot of pictures and stuff for Instagram, and then just started making videos of like just lip sync and stuff on TikTok that was going viral.
So you were dancing and shit?
I was dancing and shit. Yeah.
I kind of tipped the fuck out.
Well, more like salsa and like Spanish music, like bachata and like, I love to dance. So I was making videos like that online, and we went from like 0 to 500K in like 3 months on TikTok.
Jesus,
that's nuts.
Yeah. And then COVID hit, and I already had like an audience on TikTok. So I bought a PC and I started creating gaming content, and then that took off.
Yeah.
For like 2 months, everything was closed, and the bank opened back up. And I was already like gaming. This was going well. I was getting a little bit of an audience. I was streaming on Twitch. I had like 1,000 subs.
Now you're at a fork in the road.
And now it was like, damn, I'm back in the bank. Like,
wait, so you did go back to the bank?
Yeah, I went back. I was when I started.
Had you monetized your content up until that point?
Yeah. I had like 1,000 subs on Twitch.
Okay.
And I had like 700K on my personal page on TikTok. Yeah. And it was like 200K on my gaming page, and it was like taking off.
Yeah.
But now I was back in the bank 9 to 5, and I was like, damn, like, what if I just like used all this time to go full time? But it was just so hard because like I've been there for so long. I was in such a good position. I was making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just clocked out after I went back. So I was like there but not there. So every time I was there, I was looking up videos on how to edit, or like how to do like people's Twitch streams. How do I make my streams better, and like just figuring all that stuff out. And I dragged it along for like another 4 or 5 months. And then I went full time. I left the bank, and in that point I was
what
already.
What did you tell your banking manager and stuff?
So I was really close to my manager, and I already knew like some of the guys that had been my managers were already like district managers, and I had just been there for so long that like I knew everyone. But my manager, I told, even before I like left, I told him, I'm like, hey man, like I'm gonna leave, bro. Like I really think this is what I'm gonna do. And I told my family first. I told my grandmother and my mom, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm thinking of doing this full time. And they're like, you crazy? You know, leave the bank, like your corner office in Miami. And I'm like, yeah, I think I am. Like, what happened to your retirement and like your future? Like, what if it doesn't work out? And I'm like, well, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like right now, I have a lot of friends that are in the industry trying to make it happen as well. And if I don't do this, and in like 5 years, all those guys make it happen, and I don't, I'm just gonna live the rest of my life in regret. So like,
hell yeah,
I might as well just do it. Like, I just like stopped listening to my family or whatever anyone else had to say about not doing it, and I did it, bro. And I just,
and now you're out here.
It was January 1st, 2020.
Who have you played? Who have you played with? Like, what has gaming given you the opportunity to do that you had like never thought you could? James Rodriguez has to be up there, right?
Oh, 100%. I think. Out of TikTok, I got a DM on TikTok, and this was like the first person I ever played with, and it was Chicharito.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I always have a lot of love for
bring up Chicharito
for the Mexican community, because both in my personal page and my gaming page, the first Latino community that supported me was Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was like 27% of my followers were Mexican.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
We love to consume content on the internet.
It was crazy. And so that was the first person I played with, and he's a freaking Mexican legend. So.
Yeah. I mean, comes from a legendary family also, who also competed. All right, so what do you say? Like, what was that reach out?
He's like, hey, I love your content. Like, would love to play with you sometime. And then he rated me on Twitch. Yeah. And then after that, like I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, like, when do you want to make this happen? And we ended up playing.
Who else have you played with? That's
So
notable.
after him, we did some cool with Posty. That was pretty cool.
Post Malone, yeah.
Post Malone. And then James Rodriguez. And once I played with James, he just kept inviting like the rest of the Colombian national team that plays
that's amazing.
Warzone. So
Yeah.
I played with like 6 or 7 of the guys that are on the
Yeah.
Colombian international team.